right, let's check out the latest on the meme coin.
Trump just launched a meme coin. Welcome back to the Void. This is not how I wanted to start my 2025. Let me tell you that right now. Here's the tweet. My new Donald Trump official meme is here. It's time to celebrate everything we stand for. Winning. Join my very special Trump community. Get your Trump now. Go to gettrumpmemes.com. When you go there, you join the Trump meme, which is buying something and hoping it goes up in value. Currently, that stands at a $13 billion market cap because nothing matters, which, you know, is great. I think that's cool. I think that's awesome. In addition, $12 million has been made in fees already just on the trading volume, which is over $1 billion so far. And I think that's even better. I'm joking. I don't even know. I'm speechless, actually. I don't know what to say. It's historic in its stupidity. It's historic in its grift. The level of scam here to use the days before your presidency, your inauguration, to use that as a hype project for the meme. Like, did this guy want to do the presidency the second time? Or was this the meme coin hype plan? We're 2 days away. Okay, understand. We are 2 days away from an inauguration. I mean, should he be writing a speech? He's launching a meme coin. Okay, that's the start of it. That's the start of the grift. Then you have to understand that the Trump meme coin, which has no value, no intrinsic value, 80% is owned by the Trump camp. Only 20% goes to the public. 10% went to the liquidity pool, and 10% went to the public allocation. Here's the rest of it. This is their website, gettrumpmemes.com. And yes, I've thought at first this was a hack. I was like, there's no way this could be true. They also have a, Donald Trump Truth Social post about it. Phantom Wallet has, verified it. I hope to everything that I will wake up and find I've been deepfaked. Let me just say that for the record. If this is wrong, and this is just sort of an initial reaction thing, I will do a follow-up if there's more details that come out. I mean, it seems like a straightforward grift to me. But I hope that I'm wrong. But at least at first glance, it appears to be what it looks like, which is a former president about to be president using the hype of their campaign to launch. I mean, it's so insane. I mean, it's funny in its insanity, but it's also gross in how cynical it really is. I mean, you have to understand, most of the people who actually buy this, like sincerely buy this, are like diehard DGen crypto heads who might make some money because they spend all day on Dex Screener looking for coins, and they caught this at 100K. Or they caught this at 10 million, and now it's 13 billion, right? They're going to make money. Most people who this is actually targeted at, which is normies, who go, what's a Solana? What's, I just learned about what Bitcoin was. What's a smart contract? Can I buy it with a credit card? Like the people buying this with a credit card? Roasted, dude. Game over. Obliterated. You're gone. You're done. You're never going to... And then, by the way, of course, the third group, besides the snipers, the people, the degens who are looking for this, who are going to make money, the public's going to get wrecked, and then the other people are going to make money, as obviously the people who are going to make the most money are the insiders. Number one, the part of the Trump camp that knew this was coming out, knew the contract address, who got it right when it launched, right? Obviously. The other people who are going to make money are the insiders who are going to get the rest of this 80%. So basically, Trump launched this through CIC Digital, who I think he launched his other NFTs with. According to this article by ABC, CIC Digital is fully owned by the Donald Trump Revocable Trust. So it's kind of unclear exactly, like, is he getting paid a licensing deal for this? Is he just one of the guys? It's not that clear. But let's just break down, because I think that's kind of intentional that it's not that clear. Here's the creators. Here's the allocation. So there's 6 groups who are getting the rest of the 80%, and they're all labeled very obscurely. Like it's just, creators in CIC Digital 1, CIC Digital 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's it. That's all the description we get, at least on this page. And you can see that they're not locked up at the start. They have a 3 to 12 month lockup duration, depending on the group. And basically they unlock over 24 months. That's the punchline. So over 3 years, all of this will be unlocked. This token will be diluted by the rest of that 80%. What I think is so cynical about this is that it's going to fully vest during the presidency. So it's like there's no way that they're not going to get millions of dollars out of this. They're going to extract so much value from the Trump base and degens, of course, but it's insane. It's like going to be the historic grift. I honestly can't believe it. I'm like waiting for someone. Is somebody going to stop this? Like, is this allowed? But yeah, no, it's insane. I mean, how could this not, like, how do you expect people to lose interest in a coin when the guy is running the free world? And that's not an endorsement because the coin is going to be sold by insiders. But it's like, I saw a tweet that I was just like, yes. Somebody goes, crime is legal. And that's how I kind of felt about that. I was like, that's how it feels right now. To say it's a conflict of interest is like, insulting all the people who've had conflicts of interest before. It's so crazy to use the presidency in this manner to pump a meme coin to enrich yourself, insiders, and basically everyone but your standard base, right? Because the standard Trump guy and girl, they aren't like crypto people. Maybe a little bit. Like a part of his base has become crypto people because of this new crypto turnaround he's done in the last few years. But besides those people who've already gotten the coin, before you watch this thing, they already got the coin. It's a disaster. It's a disaster for most of his supporters. And that's what is like the grossest part of this whole thing is like, you're not only doing the world dirty, your own fans are gonna get wrecked on this. Look, obviously the website gives the old boilerplate, like we make no promises the Trump meme will increase in value or maintain the same value you paid as the amount you paid to purchase same. So misspelled that. Nice. This totally wasn't thrown together last minute, guys. Last minute to take advantage of this incoming inauguration of the president of the free world. The Trump meme website states that it is not political and has nothing to do with any political campaign or political office or government agency.
Legal?
Honestly, I think they're going to backtrack on this one. Now that I'm thinking about it, I'm like, there's no way they fully embrace this. It's too insane. They're going to pretend that they weren't like behind this. They're going to, I don't know what they're going to do, actually. I don't know. Every time I think it's like, it's gone too far, it's like.
We've gone too far.
It's so insane because Trump was like, doing this whole crypto thing. I know people are going to say, oh, he's been in crypto for a little bit. He was still pretending to be like on the sort of like, oh, we're trying to be utility side of things. He was doing like NFTs for the art, you remember the AI generated, or it looks like AI generated thing where Trump's like ripped and like in the Superman outfit, super cringe. And then he did the World Liberty Financial where they were going to do a fork of Aave. They were just at least saying that it was going to have utility, even if there wasn't any. What I find interesting about this is like, it's just, you can't even pretend that this is doing something. The distribution also, you have to understand, guys. I know some of you who watch this maybe aren't crypto people. This distribution is like insane. The crypto people are going to get behind this because they're sycophants who want to suck up so that the government is going to help them because they've been like kicked by the government for a while. So they're just going to suck up to power because they need regulators to be on their side. So you'll see a lot of crypto people be like, oh, 80%, that's fine. That's not normal. It's not. Maybe for like a layer 1 token where there's going to be like a ton of development work, then monetizing the back end supports development work for years to come. This is a meme coin. There's no development work to be done after this. It's done. They're just rent-seeking 80% of the value of this thing. And it's a zero-sum game. So think about it. It's a zero-sum game.
Zero-sum game.
Where the last person holding the dollar loses, and they're taking 80% of the value. Need I say more? For no reason. For no reason. There's not a justification like, hey guys, we're going to like develop it for years. No. They're not even pretending to have a development plan in place. At least with World Liberty Financial, they were pretending. They had they were like, oh, we're going to develop this for years to come. Just kidding. Let's launch on Solana. All right. Well, look, I'll probably follow up about this later.
Sure.
I'm tired for a lot of reasons, but
thanks, Voidzilla.
What a start to the year. I don't know, man. Can we just reset this?
I know. We're all in.
Insane. Like I said, I hope it turns out I'm wrong. But I don't think I am. My final question, which I just don't have answered, is just who these groups are, the creators and CIC Digital. If I had to guess, the guys who are going to unlock first, which means after 3 months, are going to be the Trump, like the closest inner circle, and then everyone will unlock after that. You can expect that the price of Trump coin is going to catastrophically fall once that unlock starts to happen. All right, that's basically it. I don't know how to end this. It's gonna be a long year.
That was fun. Thank you. Let's check in with Forbes.
A big cut in the capital gains tax will make Trump's upcoming tax bill very beautiful.
Very beautiful.
Hello, I'm Steve Forbes, and this is What's Ahead, where you get the insights you need to better navigate these turbulent times.
Thanks, buddy.
The capital gains tax is destructive. By lowering the rewards of successful risk-taking, which is essential to innovation and a higher standard of living, it needlessly hobbles progress. And it hurts people's retirement income. Equity prices would be higher with a lower rate, and even better without the tax altogether. This is why President Trump and his tax writing team should include a sizable reduction in the capital gains levy in the bill they're cobbling together with various members of Congress. Such a cut would not only help the economy, it would also instantly raise more revenue for Uncle Sam. That should appeal to so-called deficit hawks. Of course, critical to getting out of our fiscal mess is sizable economic growth. And a lower capital gains tax would be very helpful. Today, that tax is too high. On the federal level, it's 20% plus an additional 3.8% Medicare surtax, for a total of almost 24%. Then there are additional state taxes. Knocking the rate on the federal level would set a positive example for these states to do the same. Republican tax writers should emblazon in their minds and ceaselessly remind their colleagues that cutting the capital gains tax immediately means more revenue. Not a year or two down the road, but right away, instantly. It's bipartisan as well. When this exaction was reduced in 1997 under Democrat Bill Clinton, tax receipts went up nicely in 1998. The same thing happened under Republican George W. Bush when this tax was cut in 2003. More revenue in 2004. People more readily realize gains on their securities when there is a lower tax penalty for doing so. Whacking the current 23.8% to 15% would have such a delightful impact. Investors today are sitting on mammoth stock market gains. They would love the chance to pocket some of those profits and redeploy them to other opportunities. Now, that's another factor to keep in mind. You want this kind of mobility in capital for new investments instead of being frozen in existing ones. Now, Democrats will naturally label any easing of this levy as a giveaway to the rich. So what? Just about anything the GOP proposes on taxes will be criticized as such. The key for Republicans is whether a cut grows the economy and helps people. This one does, big time. The case for a low cap gains tax, or eliminating it, is overwhelming. It harms capital formation by reducing after-tax returns. Along the same lines, it is double taxation, since profits have already been taxed at the corporate level and are taxed again when distributed. Capital is the essential fuel for progress. The effective rate is higher than the nominal one because gains are not indexed for inflation. All too often, investors with stocks held for a long time end up paying a tax on fake gains. The Trump tax team should embrace this essential reform. I'm Steve Forbes. Thanks for listening.
Thank you, Mr. Forbes.
Do send in your comments and suggestions. I look forward to being with you soon again.
High level for me.
Today on Forbes, how much is TikTok really worth? The Supreme Court could rule on a potential TikTok ban in the U.S. as early as Thursday morning, after justices indicated last week they were likely to uphold the federal law in question. The ban would go into effect this Sunday, January 19th, a day before President Trump's inauguration, unless President Biden extends the deadline or Congress passes a new bill introduced earlier this week that would give the social media app's Chinese parent company ByteDance another 270 days to divest. Or ByteDance sells the US version of the platform to American owners. The big question, how much would TikTok cost? TikTok is especially hard to value. There's not only the question of the prized algorithm, but also the fact that it's currently a division of a private company based in China. And to complicate things even more, TikTok is technically a subsidiary of shell companies registered in the financially opaque Cayman Islands, which makes it nearly impossible for outsiders to know exactly how much revenue, let alone profit, TikTok makes in the US. A forced sale during a temporary ban would likely influence what someone might pay for TikTok as well. Counsel for TikTok and ByteDance wrote in court documents that a one-month shutdown could result in a 29% drop in TikTok's global ad revenue for the year. There are also potential costs associated with a sale. D.A. Davidson analyst Gil Luria says, quote, TikTok would need to create a lot of new infrastructure that it would lose from its parent company in a potential spin-off. Keeping those complications in mind, here are 4 potential ways to value TikTok. Number 1, Frank McCourt's $20 billion offer. An investor group led by Frank McCourt, the real estate billionaire who used to own the LA Dodgers, and his nonprofit Project Liberty, thinks that it will be able to buy TikTok in the US without its algorithm for $20 billion. ByteDance, which has repeatedly said that TikTok is not for sale, hasn't publicly acknowledged the offer. $20 billion is approximately equal to the enterprise value of competitor Snapchat. Benchmark analyst Mark Zagutowicz says one way to get to that number is if they'd valued TikTok based on a multiple of the number of users. $20 billion equates to about $120 per each of TikTok's 170 million American users.
We're worth 100.
That's between the comparable ratios of Snapchat and Meta. Number 2, market's multiple magic. A common way to value a consumer tech company like TikTok is as a multiple of revenue. TikTok generates revenue from advertising, live streaming videos, and e-commerce. In Singapore, where good data is available, the latter 2 categories made up 83% of 2023 revenue. While TikTok published 2023 revenue of roughly $13 billion for its 2 other main subsidiaries registered outside of China, it does not disclose its sales for the US. Let's say that US revenue in 2023 was $16 billion, as reported by the Financial Times citing anonymous sources, and that ByteDance's revenue outside of China grew at least 40% in the first half of 2024, as reported by The Information, citing knowledgeable sources. That gives us a rough guess of $22 billion in US sales in 2024. Analysts Zagutowicz and Luria Then both recommended an enterprise value to revenue multiple of 6 times, which is somewhere in between that of Snap, 3.5x, and Meta, 8x. Applying that to the $22 billion revenue estimates would yield a rough value of $132 billion. That's including TikTok's algorithm. Number 3, the $300 billion golden algorithm.
Golden algorithm.
ByteDance's machine learning-powered algorithm is uniquely good at capturing user behavior and captivating users by recommending personalized content, such as which new videos to watch. Though ByteDance is unlikely to sell it, and there's no real precedent for valuing an algorithm separately from an operating company, some analysts have thought about it. For Wedbush analyst Dan Ives, the algorithm is gold. He thinks TikTok would be worth $300 billion with it, emphasizing the advertising revenue potential from, quote, 200 million potential highly engaged US customers. Number 4, just the bare bones. Benchmark's Zagutowicz actually thinks TikTok's US revenues are lower than what the Financial Times reported, closer to $13 billion, and guesses it is worth around $55 billion without the algorithm. Wedbush's Ives also thinks it's worth just $40 billion to $50 billion without the algorithm. For full coverage, check out Phoebe Liu and Matt Duro's piece on Forbes.com.
So there we go for this week. Lots of exciting updates with TikTok, of course. Trump, Mr. Trump, President Trump, all the Trump stuff coming up. Thank you again for checking in here. As you can see, I'm just getting started, so your time is very much appreciated. A quick side note, I've spent most of my life in Los Angeles, WeHo, Hollywood area, and my heart goes out to everyone back home over there. Take care of yourself and each other. 90036 represent. 90046 represent. Shout out to the 818-323-310.